Light us and changes our consciousness to be in the spiritual domain, and so we can draw most powerful light that we can this afternoon. Please repeat after me. Anna bekoach gedulat yeminecha tatir serura qabel rinat amecha sagveinu tahareinu nora Na gibor dorshe yehudecha kevavat shomrem barechem taharem rachame sitkatecha tamid gamlem chasin qadosh berov tuvcha nahel adatecha yachid ge'eh לעמך פנה זוכרי קדושתך שבתנו קבל ושמע שפתנו יודע תעלומות. And we silently say Baruch Shem Kippur. Thank you everyone again. Welcome to Eretz Synagogue. Has anyone here that hasn't had any experience with Kabbalah? First time ever? No? First time? First time Kabbalah? Okay. The topic of this class is actually one of my favorite topics, but I've been teaching it for the last 20 years, but I've never had a chance to have a class about this subject, which I'm pretty excited, and I hope I have the zuhud to explain it in a way that we all could benefit from. And the topic is, we all heard that God always has a plan for us, right? Has everyone heard that, right? God has a plan. He's got a master plan for each one of us individually, globally, he has a plan. So if he has a plan, do we have any free will? If he has a plan, what are we doing? Should we just sit back and relax, let things happen? But it says, human beings are the only creatures that they have consciousness, and the consciousness of free will. We're apparently having free will too. How does this free will, or my plan, works with the Creator's plan, God's plan? How does it work? Is there two sets of plan? If He has created me, and He already knows who I am, what I am, what are my characteristics are, what are my talents are that He is giving me, the family that He's giving me, friends, society. If everything is planned according to His wishes, what is this free will that I have? Can anyone share?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I would say God has a plan and we have a mission. So the plan of God is to help us to accomplish our mission. And I would say the free will is, you have a free will to go off the road, but God's accomplishment is to push you back on the road, and that's what the chaos is. So when we say the chaos is for our own benefit, that's what it is. You choose your free will, of course you do, but God has mercy, and somehow the plan is for Him to push you back on the road, and that's what His mission is.
Nice. Let me ask you guys, let me throw a scenario at you. Have you guys ever experienced that you planned something, right? You plan to go to a meeting, or you plan to go to a place, a wedding, a party. Like I actually had a plan this afternoon to go to the gravesite of my mom because it was her passing day. I thought, you know, I live in Los Angeles. I thought I leave at 3:30ish and I get there 4:30, I get to the gravesite. That was my plan. And I thought it's a good plan, right? I thought God likes it. That I'll go and visit my mom's gravesite. But it took me almost 2 hours to get on the freeway, on 405 South, and it was already 5 o'clock. And I asked my wife, let's call the site to see if they're open. And they said, no, we close at 5. So what happened to my plan? It wasn't a bad plan. I thought I was doing a mitzvah, actually going to see my mom's site. So I had a plan, but apparently he had a different plan. Have you ever had a plan to do something, and then your plan totally changed? Totally changed. Beyond your control. Has it happened? Can you share? Yes.
It actually happened to me yesterday.
Okay. A little bit louder.
I had a plan with my cousin.
Yes.
And we planned this like a week before to get together for dinner and spend some time. So I arranged my whole day to be with my cousin, and nothing could change that. Around 6 p.m. I got a call from my family that my uncle passed away. Passing away.
I see.
And they had me to be there. So that changed my plan.
Everything changed.
I went to the hospital and was there all night. And I was in the theater, whatever you call it.
Right.
Had to change our plan.
Right. Anybody else wants to share? You had a plan that is totally changed, beyond your control? But it does happen, right? We plan to be at a certain place at a certain times for actually a good cause, and then things totally changes. I'm going to share a story of my own brother. He had a plan to go to Italy with his family. This is almost 25 years ago, 30 years ago. He bought a ticket to go to Italy from Los Angeles to New York to Rome. Flight was at 10 o'clock. I think it was the TWA back then. And he got to the airport, he wasn't late, he checked in his luggage, and by the time he got to the gate, he was late to get to the gate, and they didn't get him on the plane. They said, no, you're too late, they closed the door, he couldn't get on it. And the plane went to New York, at a connecting flight from New York, and the plane from New York took off and got blown away over Hudson River. His suitcase, his wife's suitcase, was on the plane that got blown off from New York over Hudson River. So he had a plan. He had a plan to go, but apparently there was another plan. Something happened, for some reason, things change, or things happen beyond our control. Beyond our control. Just about a month ago, less than a month ago, I was visiting New York, and I had a plan to come back to Los Angeles for the night of Shavuot. You know, every Shavuot we have a plan that we stay up all night to study Torah. We had a flight to come back on Monday. The Monday flight got cancelled due to the weather. They said there's no flight until Wednesday. Shavuot was Thursday night. Wednesday morning, we got up early in the morning, we took an Uber, we drove to JFK. By the time we got to JFK, they said the flight got cancelled again on Wednesday. You're scheduled to go back on a flight tomorrow, Thursday morning. And I'm saying, oh my God, look, your plan is a grand plan, is Shavuot. A lot of people are expecting me to be at the synagogue on Thursday night. Please make sure this flight doesn't get cancelled. Thursday flight got cancelled too. And there was no plane. There was not a single ticket for me to get back to Los Angeles. And I share with you during the class that what happened and what I went through and what I realized and why I picked this subject for tonight's class. So just like what Nader says, God knows them, God knows the destination. We choose the path. We choose the path. He creates opportunities. He creates opportunities. We choose how to go about it. Does it make sense? So let's understand how does it work. We learn in Kabbalah that there is a God plan which is the same things as your soul's plan. We have a soul and we have a body, right? The body has the consciousness of its own, which we call ego. Ego has a plan. My ego wanted it to go and visit my mom's gravesite this afternoon. My ego wanted it to come to Los Angeles on Shavuot to be with these people that I wanted always to be with. But God had a different plan. And God's plan is actually the same as your soul's plan, as your neshama's plan. Because neshama works exactly with God. The soul knows what God's plan is. The body doesn't know. So the soul knows. So when we come to this world, the soul has a purpose. We all have a purpose when we come to this world. Everybody agrees with that? There is a reason for every one of us to be here. Yes or no?
For sure.
Yes.
What is your purpose? What is our purpose? Do we know what our purpose in life is? Do you know what your purpose in life is? Yes, Doctor.
To make this world a better place than we received it.
Beautiful. So the purpose of the soul, according to you, which is a very nice point, is to make this world a better place. And how do we go about that? How do we make this place a better place? And is this
comfortable zone?
And is this really the purpose of my soul? Is it my soul is to make this world as a better person? How about my individual purpose? I'm sorry?
Be a better version of yourself.
What does that mean, to be a better version of myself?
We need to know what our tikkun is.
Nice. We need to understand what are our tikkun. Is there anybody who doesn't know what tikkun is? Everybody knows what tikkun is? No. Tikkun means everything that we are here in this world to correct or to fix or to transform. So when we are born into this body, before we come to this world, we ask the Creator, give me an opportunity, give me a scenario that I could come back to this world again, to do what I need to do according to my past life experiences, the things that I've done, the things that I need to do. And those corrections, those changes, those transformations are called tikkun. So every one of us has a different tikkun, has a different correction. So, in a nutshell, according to Kabbalah, we are here to transform ourselves, make ourselves better, make the world a better place, right? And how do we do that? By transforming ourselves, by fixing what we didn't fix our previous life. Or in Kabbalah, they say that the soul is here to reveal more light. Does it make sense? We are here to create more light, to reveal more light. The reason that there is darkness in this world, the reason there are chaos in this world, is because there is not simply enough light in this world. In a personal level and in a global level. We are meant to be happy all the time. We are meant to have no fear. We are meant to have no anxiety. We are meant to have no remorse. We are meant to be happy people, cheerful, successful, full of certainty, no fear, no anxiety, no suffering. God's plan is not for us to suffer. God's plan is for us to see us transform, to be the best version of ourselves, to create more light. We're here to create light. We're actually here to become like the light. Is that understandable to everyone? We're here to be exactly like the Creator. We're here to be just like the light. We're here to reveal more light. We understand that all the opportunities, all the challenges that we face is here for us so we can see the light within every situation and every challenge. So, but, you know, it says in the Torah when Abraham, the grandpa, right, the first patriarch, God tells him, Lech lecha, go on, move from your house. And Abraham start moving. He doesn't tell him, where are you going? He doesn't tell him, look, you know, leave Los Angeles and go to New York. Abraham used to live somewhere between Syria and Turkey, apparently at that time. He's in his comfort zone. He has a great family. He has great wealth. He's got maids, he's got servants, he's got everything. He's a rich man, powerful man, a leader. Very, very comfortable in his place. He's got everything that he wants. Like a lot of people that we know. We have everything, we're leaving our comfort zone. And all of a sudden God comes and tells him, Abraham, lech lecha, let's go. Let's go, move on. Leave your home. Leave your comfort zone, move on. He doesn't tell him where to go. He doesn't tell him, Abraham, leave Turkey or Syria or wherever he was. I have a good place for you. You know, Eretz Israel is a very good place. I want you to go there. No. unknown to Abraham where God wants him to go. But he understands that God has a plan for him, and the plan includes for him to move on, to leave from his comfort zone, from everything that he has created, this beautiful life that he created for himself. Move on, because he knew there was a purpose for him. He knew his soul has a purpose in this world. And if God wants him to move on, he did. He packed his bag and moved his family, and he started moving on. What happened to Abraham? He started having all kind of challenges. All kind of challenges. He thought, okay, now I'm leaving Turkey or Syria. I'm not exactly sure where it was. But he was in a comfort place. He was in a good place. And he ran into all kinds of difficulties. Nothing really worked for him. He was about to lose his wife, his soulmate, Sarah, the love of his life, to Pharaoh. There was a drought. Took him 100 years to have a son. God told him, actually, sacrifice your son, and we all know the story. But Abraham walked the walk of God's plan. There was a mission for him. There was a purpose for his soul. That's why we read about him. And when we read something in the Torah, it's not that we're relating to a storyline and a history or a book that talks about certain people. There is a consciousness of Abraham in every one of us. And I want you to understand this. There is a consciousness, there is an energy force of Abraham that is every one of us. It says that God created the world for Abraham. Guess what? God created the world for you. He created the world for you. Because we wanted a physical world so we can accomplish our mission, our purpose in life, and He created that. And in order for us to reveal the light that we're supposed to reveal, to earn the light that we're supposed to earn, He had to conceal everything. He had to conceal where is my soulmate, where is my income, what happens to my health, what happens to my family, certain things that happens in our life. So let's understand that there is a purpose. Everybody agrees that there is a purpose for you being here? Every one of us. And what's so amazing is that your purpose is different from everyone else in this world. What you can accomplish, the light that you can create, is different from everyone else. There is a certain light, there is a certain revealment of the light is within your power that no one else can do that except you. There is a grand scenario for you, and it's only for you. Not two people have the same path. Not two people have the same destiny. Not two people have the same talent. Because every one of us are sparks of the Creator, and each part, aspect of that Creator, it's on his own, has his own character, has his own power, has his own talent, has his own potential. So what you can create, no one else can. And that's why you are here. And that's why what you can do, nobody else can do. So let's go back to the free will. What is my free will in this world now? If God has a plan for me to create certain light, how do I exercise my free will? Do we have a free will? Is there anybody here who says there's no free will? You know, I know in Farsi they call it Jabro Ikhtiyar. Ikhtiyar means free will. Jabr means, I guess, being under control, that you have no free will. Am I right? And I have a lot of friends that they think this word is Jabr. Like, you have no control. Come on, you have no control. Khuda har kari mikhad mikone, right? God does whatever He wants to do. There's nothing you can do with God's plan. Do you believe that God will do whatever He can regardless of your free will? Yes or no?
No.
No?
Well, of course. Otherwise, what that sin means, then if you sin, that's God's will. So then you have a free will not to sin.
No, my question was, we all agree that God has this great plan, right? Everybody agree with that? He has a plan. He has a grandiose plan. We know that there's going to be a time that we call it the time of Mashiach, that everything is going to be wonderful. At the end of this book that we're all in it, we know the ending is going to be perfect. Everything is going to be fine. If everything is going to be fine, and that's God's plan, can we change that?
Yes.
Can you change God's plan?
Yes.
How? How can you change God's plan?
With the mitzvah.
I'm sorry?
Mitzvah.
Oh, with mitzvah we can change God's plan.
With the mitzvah that you do normally in your life, then it can getting back you in the correct
In the correct way. No, actually what you're saying is beautiful, because it says, like, charity saves life. Have you heard that? That charity saves life. When you give charity, when you give sadaqah, it saves life. Like, God forbid, for whatever tikkun we have, we're supposed to die at a certain time, God forbid. Right? And when we give charity, we push that back. There is a story of the daughter of the Rabbi Akiva, I'm sure most of you have heard, that she was meant to die on her wedding night. It was foreseen. The prophets saw it, and Rabbi Akiva knew from Ruach HaKodesh, from his prophecy, that if his daughter gets married, she's gonna die at the night of wedding. He knew it. So he never wanted his daughter to get married, because he knew God plans is, that's his destiny, that if she gets married, the night of the wedding will be her last night. But she falls in love with someone, and she wants to get married. And she convinced her father, Rabbi Akiva, one of the greatest Kabbalists of all time, says, Dad, I want to get married no matter what happens. I'm in love with this man, he's a great man. And whatever is meant to happen is going to happen. Of course, Rabbi Akiva doesn't tell her that, hey, I'm afraid if you're going to marry, you're going to die. He keeps that as a secret, but he knows that this is what's going to happen. So the wedding night happens, there's a chuppah, and a party and everything, and she goes to the room with her husband, and Rabbi Akiva knows that when the morning comes, they're going to bring the news that his daughter died. And comes in the morning, and she walks out of the room alive. And he goes into the room, he says, there's a miracle. There's a miracle. You were supposed to die last night. And he comes to the room to see what happened, and then he sees that she had a nail in her head that holds her head. A what? A pin, mercy. A pin. And actually a snake came out into the room to bite her, but when she wanted to go to sleep, she took the pen And she wanted to put it on the side of the bed, and the pen went to the head of the snake, and the snake got killed, and she was survived. She survived. So he's freaking out. He goes, tell me something. What did you do anything special the last few days? You must have done something. You changed your destiny. You changed your qismat. What happened? What did you do? And she said, well, it was in the morning of the wedding, and I was very busy, and they were going to put makeup on me and everything. And they said there is this beggar at the door who was asking for money, and they didn't want to bother me. But I went, and I had some money saved for the wedding, but I went and I gave the beggar all the money that he needed. And he says, because of that mitzvah, because of the good deed that you did, you change your destiny. So there is a free will. There is a free will that can change destiny. But my question is, can we change the grandiose plan of God? Yes?
I think we're all born with this amazing soul, and we're part of the light as particles. Those particles are part of what gave us the destination, the path, and allow us to move. However, we have a lot of knowns, a lot of static in our head. So everybody's given a plan, everybody's moving in a direction, but what allows some to move faster, some allows to move better, and to make a better adjustment to this is the level of noise. So if we can understand the fight that we have with our ego, the fight that we have with our own mind, to fight the plan that is actually there for us and not to fight it and move forward with it, then how we can reach the destination much better.
Beautiful. Beautiful. God doesn't want us to be robots. God doesn't want us to be robots. God gave us this power so we can choose the path, just like you said. We choose a path. And it's this power that we can transform ourselves, we can grow. And what is this free will? What is this choice that we have? It's the choice between reacting to a situation or pausing to that situation. Being controlled by a scenario or a situation, or controlling that situation. Is it clear? Let's say you hear a news, presumably a bad news, something you didn't want to hear. What happens? 99% of the time, we react. Right? We react. Oh, why? What happened? We get scared, we have fear, we have doubt, we get anxiety, we lose control, we react, we make things worse because we react. You know, they say when, God forbid, you're in a building and they say there's a fire, stay calm, don't use the elevator, take the stairs. Stay calm. But what are the chances of people that, God forbid, they're in the building and the fire is happening and they stay calm? Everybody rushes, everybody reacts, and then there's chaos. So when a situation happens, we have a free will either to pause, to stay calm, to not to react or to react. The moment we react, we're not on the path of the light. There is a situation in our life that we can either share or take. Share or take. The moment we share, we're on the path of the Creator. The moment we take, we're on the path, the free will of the ego, of the body. Because what is the nature of the ego? What is the nature of the body? Me. Me. It's all about me. My need. What I need. My comfort zone. My idea. My time. This is the nature of the body. This is the nature of the ego. Everybody agrees? We all think about ourselves. We are, our ego, our body influence is a selfish influence. It's a selfish consciousness. That's what everything for himself or herself. So when it comes to a moment of giving or taking, let's be honest, we all want to take. And when we take, we fall off the path of the light, because what is the consciousness of the light force? What is the consciousness of the Creator? Sharing. Is there a moment that the light doesn't share? Is there a moment that the sun doesn't give light? Is there a moment that God holds His light, holds His blessing? No. God, Creator, light, whatever we want to name it, its essence is sharing. The essence of the body is a sense of selfishness, desire for oneself alone, who wants to take everything for itself. So when it comes to a moment that I can either give or take, if I give, I'm on the path of the light force. I'm on the path of my soul. Because my soul is just like the light force, wants to give, wants to share. It's the body who's afraid if I give, if I have $10 and I give that $10 and I don't have anything. The rational mind, who thinks logical. Another moment is when we see someone, when we interact with someone. Do we judge that person, or do we love that person? The choice between loving or judging. How often when we interact with people, we judge them? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. When I say judge, I don't necessarily mean negative judgment, even positive judgment. If you notice, I said the choice of judge and love, not the choice of judge and not judge. The choice of judge and love. When there is someone in my life, spouse, children, family, friends, when something happens, when the light wants to reveal itself through that person in my life, because whoever is in my life, my immediate family, my friends, my foes, whoever is in my life, it's here to give me an opportunity to create light, to reveal the light. Because everyone in my life, regardless how I judge them, with my limited consciousness, it's here because I need to reveal some light through that person. Do you agree on that? And the moment I judge them, you know, this person is so negative, I don't want to deal with it. You know, the concept of qahr kardan, you know how comfortable it is? The moment we don't want to see this person anymore. I don't want to see him, I don't want to be with him, I don't want to deal with him. Get him out of my life, make him disappear from my life. What are we doing? We're judging. Not understanding that whoever is in my life, I actually need to be in love with him or her. Even my enemies. Even my worst enemies. I have to understand that God created this person because there is a part of me that needs to reveal the light through that person in my life. And I have a choice. My free will is either to judge this person or to have compassion, understanding, and create love or understanding that this person that seems to be so dark and negative and bad and whatever, if Creator had created it and is in my life and it's impacting me individually or globally, there must be a reason for it, for me to reveal some light. Because without any darkness, I cannot create light. Without any challenges, I cannot create light. And that's why the free will is so difficult to understand. What is my free will? This person is so negative, is so bad. This regime is so awful. Right? But why God, I give time for question, but why God has created this regime, these people in my life that is impacting me? What am I supposed to react to this? If this person is creating darkness in this world, if this person in my life that is so dark and bad is creating darkness in this world, what should I do? Why this person is in my life? He created it. What is my free will? Tough question. Tough question, right? Has there been anybody in your life that has hurt you very badly? Yes?
Sure.
Sure? Why?
Because I have to change.
Because
I have to change.
you have to change.
I have to find what's wrong with me and the person that help me to change myself.
Beautiful. Everybody understood what Shorejo just said? If there is somebody negative in my life that has really hurt me, first of all, who's hurt? My soul is hurt? Or my body, my consciousness, my ego is hurt? My ego is hurt. The soul, just like the Creator, knows, oh, actually, this guy is really, really good for you. It's really, really good for you. Because I have some vulnerability that this dark person is awakening it within me. If this dark person is making me angry, I have anger issue. Yes? If I'm getting angry because of Islamic Republic, I have anger issue. If I hate the Islamic Republic, then I have hate within me that is showing itself. Does it make sense? No? If you get angry, let's go back. Let's one step back. Let's make it not so difficult to understand. If there is someone in your life that makes you angry by his bad behavior, her bad behavior, and you get angry, what does it tell you?
That we know what anger is.
You have the potential to get angry. Yes? Fair? Is that fair? No. Let's stay with this. Let's digest this. If somebody is in your life, really a bad person, really hurts you without no good reason, and now you're angry. Now you're angry. And you have the right to be angry. I'm not saying you don't have the right to be angry. But if you get angry, doesn't that mean that you have anger within you?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone has anger.
Bravo! That's the body consciousness. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the body consciousness. Just a second. If you go to a dentist and you have cavity, you pay money to go to your dentist. You make an appointment, you go see a dentist, you sit on that chair, and he comes and he takes one of those beautiful, scary, whatever it is, I hate them, and it touches that part of your tooth that has cavity, and you go, ah! What does it tell you? Is it the dentist who's causing the pain? Is it the needle who's causing you the pain? No, you have cavity. It's the cavity that is causing you the pain. It's something within us. Now I go back. If I hate someone, that means there is hate in me. Yes, we are human. Yes, of course we are human. Of course.
No, if they kill your children, won't you be angry?
No, of course.
Of course. Of course. But again, what does it say? What does it say about us?
You're a human.
That we are human, that has a body consciousness,
They have reaction.
that has the free will, to be at that moment that something really, really bad happens to me. I have a choice, I have a free will to either feel angry, to feel hurt, to want to do retaliation, who want to be pissed off, who want to be angry, who want to be sad, who want to feel victim. Right? That means I have victim consciousness. That means I have potential to be sad. That means I have potential to be angry. That means I have a lot of cavity. Because when you go see your dentist, and there is nothing wrong with your tooth, you have absolutely no cavity, and you go see your dentist, and whatever he pushes, he says, does it hurt? No. Am I causing you pain? No. Because I don't have cavity. Ego has a lot of cavity. Body has a lot of cavity. Body is proud. Body is sensitive. Body is emotional. Body is selfish.
Could I just say something quick? If you know the cavity, it causes by having sweet or candies, and then you stay away from candies to prevent not to have cavities, then then that's going to be a judgment because, oh, I'm judging those people because I don't want to have any contact with them. So I'm protecting myself not to cause the trouble.
Rajan, actually, I love that example. Actually, I love that example. So if I know, beautiful point, if I know that there is within me, there are some vulnerability, that I get hurt when someone says something bad about me, that I really care what people think of me, that I really love to be loved by everyone, that all these things that comes with the ego, right? If I understand that, if I know those are my cavities, then I'll try not to eat the sweets so I won't get coveting. Then I try to change myself, to understand that the next time when something really bad happens, when an accident happens that is pretty bad, I have a choice. I have a free will to either react to it, judge, react, take, angry, or pause. Step back. Step back. Just pause for a second. Why this accident happened for me? Because he created something for me to see, to realize. And the moment you pause, the moment you step back, the moment you welcome that challenge or pain, I love it. Somebody hurt me, I love it. Why? Because my soul is loving it. God is loving it. God is telling me, man, you're too sensitive. You're too emotional. You're too reacting. You don't have compassion. You're rushed to judge. You're judgmental. You don't like God's plan. You don't like God's plan. Because if it was me, there was no IRCG. If it was me, it would have been Shah, beautiful, no pain, everything was great. There was no Hamas, there was no Hezbollah. Israel would have been fantastic, but I wouldn't earn anything. But I wouldn't change. I wouldn't create light. Why there is darkness in this world? So it can give me an opportunity to create light. Why there is hate in this world? According to Beatles, because there is not enough love. So my free will is choosing between judging, hating, or compassion and love and understanding. Reacting versus proacting. Changing darkness to light. Changing anger to understanding. Changing fear to trust. Fear to certainty. If you have total certainty, which is everybody's tikkun, the biggest tikkun of a human being is having certainty or not having certainty. If you have certainty that everything that happens for you is good for you, that everything that he gives you, it only tells you that you can handle it, that everything that he puts on your plate is exactly what you need, not a calorie more or less. You know, they say in Kabbalah that God doesn't give you dessert. He only gives you the food that is good for you. Not an extra calorie on your plate. And by that I mean all the challenges that we face in this world. But when I don't receive it, when I don't like it, when I'm not happy with it, when things happen that I can either create light by accepting it, by welcoming it, by receiving it with glad heart, it becomes stress, it becomes pressure, it becomes headache, it becomes fear, it becomes uncertainty, it becomes, God forbid, sickness, sadness, depression, all that. Once you understand that He constantly gives you everything that you need at every moment of your life. He's such a good creator, guys. He's such a good creator that He knows how much you can take, and He gives you exactly that amount. Not a calorie more. Not a pound more or less. Gives you exactly what you can handle, exactly how much light you can reveal at any moment. But it comes in a form that the body says, what are you talking about? This person said, you're a nasty guy and I'm supposed to be happy? This guy told me you're stingy and I should be happy? God sent this guy to my life to cheat on me? To name me names? To talk bad about me? Versus, I'm vulnerable to what people think about me. I care what people think about me. I don't like to get hurt. I don't like to be challenged. I don't want to change. I like to see that my comfort zone. I can't be Abraham. I'm scared. The free choice between trust and fear. Every time that we have fear, every time that we're unhappy, every time that we have anxiety, every time that we have too much pressure, it's only an indication that the light wants to come into your life and for you to reveal it, and you're pushing it back. You're pushing it back. If you let the light to come in and be happy with the pressure, be happy with the difficulty of it, there's no pain. It's all light. I personally, and I want to share this with you, the last few weeks, Baruch Hashem, has been very, very challenging. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. In every aspect of my life, Baruch Hashem. Family, business, whatever I have on my plate. And sometimes, this pressure gets so much that I get a headache. Big headache. But I realized the moment that I felt that headache, I realized, the light wants to come into my life. Light wants me to reveal so much, and I'm pushing it back, and that's why I'm having a headache. If God giving me all these challenges, that means I'm 100% capable of handling it. And it's good for me. I can create more light. That's why He's giving me so much. If yesterday He gave me 1 pound of pressure, and today He's giving me 2 pounds of pressure, that means I'm twice as much stronger than yesterday. I can handle it more. And I welcome it. And that means I'm strong enough that He's giving me all these challenges. And the moment I say that, guys, swear to God, the headache is gone. And I'm happy. And I don't react anymore. And I perceive it, and I'm happy, and I'm proud of myself. And I said, good. A bigger challenge, that means I'm bigger. It's just like going from class 1 to class 2. Class 1, they only ask you, Baba abdad, Mama namdad. Right? Because that's how much you can handle. Class 2, they teach you all the alphabet, I don't know, numerical addition, because now your consciousness is stronger. Your mind can handle more. Third class, until you get to, you pass your board, or your medical school, or business school, or whatever. And the more you welcome all this, you become a better doctor, you become a better lawyer, you become a better entrepreneur, because you welcome it.
Just by welcoming it?
Just by welcoming it. Just by accepting it. Just by knowing that this is great. Just by not reacting to
How do
it.
you know the challenges or the chaos that comes in your life, it's God-given or it comes from your own stupidity? You know you should not drive when you smoke weed. But you smoke weed and you drive, you get to an accident. Was it God or you knew that from the beginning?
Well, that's quite obvious. I'm not talking about that. So God has a plan for us. And according to that plan, He gives you a lot of opportunities. I don't want to even call it challenges anymore. I want to call it opportunities. I used to call it challenges. I'm changing my mind. Because a lot of people don't like the word challenges. Opportunities. God wants to give you an opportunity to create light. That person has a free will now to either accept that opportunity, welcome it, accept the responsibility, work hard, do what is right, or take a joint and drive and get a DUI. That's the free will. Welcoming it, accepting it. What is smoking the joint or drinking too much or whatever, drugs? Running away from the opportunities and responsibilities. So that's the free will, Mira.
Yes.
The free will is whatever you're giving me is exactly what I can handle, what I can do, and I'm going to be successful with it, because if you're giving me that much, that means I can handle it. Yes?
If we do all our efforts and try to make it, but after we do all our responsibility and everything, then we sit down, but the result might going to be positive or negative, and then it's going to be God's plan. And we have to be happy if it happens or it didn't happen. If it's desirable or it's not desirable.
Can you give me the example so everybody can understand?
Yeah. We try, as you had examples, we try to go somewhere or make something, but it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Or you try for exam, but it's not going to happen.
Yes.
So when the result, they say you are not accepted,
Yes.
you have to still be happy because it was a God plan at the end.
Yes.
It might going to be positive or negative.
It depends how we look at it. Let's say someone has the talent to be a lawyer, and all his life they're telling him, you need to be a doctor. And the poor guy goes take the medical exam over and over and over again, and he fails. What is the message? It's not for you. It's for something else. How many times have we seen people go through, do a business, right? And no matter what they do, it's not successful. Because God has a different plan for you. I'm going what I want, what my ego wants versus what my soul wants, what my mission in this life is. We all come to this world with a talent. Yes or no? If you are a good writer, that means you have the talent of writing beautiful composition. If you're a good doctor, yes, you went to school, you study hard, but you must have the talent of medicine to become a good doctor. That's your mission, to be a good doctor. Now, in order for you to become a great doctor, is for you to go and study hard and welcome all the challenges, welcome all the tests, go through all these schools, studying to become the great. Yes, you have the talent, but you still have to work on it. Or the free will is, the hell with that, I'd rather to go to Jamaica and not be a doctor. Does it make sense?
Yes.
There is an example. God gives you all the, the cards, we play the playing cards. God gives you all the cards. Let's say you're sitting and playing poker. God gives you the hands that is perfect for you. But the end result is how you play that card. That's the free will. So God gives you the card, gives you the opportunities, but it depends, the free will is how you play those cards. How do you roll it? So let me ask that question again because we didn't answer it. Does my choices really changes God's plan? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You will delay the journey to get there, but you finally get to your destination. We may go through some pain and suffering if we choose the wrong things, but God's plan, it's fixed and it's going to be done. You know, the concept of Mashiach, and I always expanded on this. They say there's going to be a time called time of Mashiach and everything is going to be wonderful. When this time is going to come, it's going to come at a certain times. We can expedite it if we voluntarily change versus involuntarily change. If I accept all the opportunities in my life, if I take responsibility for everything that is presented in my life, welcome it, cherish it, love it, then I'll bring that consciousness of Mashiach in my life. Then I go through changes easily, without suffering. In this life, there is pain, but suffering is the choice. Does this make sense? The difference between pain and suffering. What is the difference between pain and suffering?
Pain is what you cause yourself. You choose.
Pain is physical, suffering is emotional.
Bravo. Pain is good. Suffering is a choice. When you go to gym and you have to go through these machines, that is difficult. It's painful. You get back in, you get, your legs hurt and all that. It's painful. But if you think, oh, this is good for me, I love it, you don't suffer, you enjoy it. But if you're lazy and you don't want to change your body and you'd rather to stay at your comfort zone so that pain becomes a suffering, I hate to go to gym. So there is a choice. Pain is good. No pain, no gain. But God never wants us to suffer. Suffering is a choice. It's a way of running away from opportunities or challenges, whatever you want to name it. When my free will is, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to go make peace with this guy. I hate this guy. I don't want to make peace with him. I don't want to do this for this person. And I run away from it. What happens? That's my choice. That's my free will. What does become of it? Suffering, anxiety. Every time you see them, you become more depressed, more sad. Yeah, it's painful to go and make peace with people. It's difficult. You have to go against your ego. But your soul understands that we are one. Even the mullahs in Iran are part of this huge soul. They are there by design. They are there by design. And I'm not sure what is the point of them, because I'm just like everyone else, suffer from their negativity. But the only thing that I can do is not to react to what they do and create as much as light as I can in my life, in my personal life, in my family, in my community, create more light. Because as long as there is someone who's creating darkness, it's only telling me that, hey, you need more light in this world. You need to be more sharing. You need to be more giving. You need to be more compassionate. You need to exercise more love. And my free will is what? Hate and hate and hate, or try to change my consciousness from the consciousness of hate and victim and anger and anxiety to love, peace and harmony and compassion and understanding. And that's how we change, that's how we grow. Choosing the right path, it's not easy, it's not supposed to be easy. It's always against your comfort zone. It's always against the nature of your body. How do you know you're on the path of God? How do you know you're on the path of Him, not you? How do you know? How do you know that when you came here to this class, was it God's plan or your plan? Or both? Why did you come here tonight? Why did you come here tonight?
It's a food.
Yeah, guys laughing, but
It's a soul food.
because you wanted to get some spirituality, some light, right? You wanted to transform something in yourself. Am I right? So you didn't stay home and watch the World Cup. You came here. You could have been with your family at home, but you came here. You left your kids and you came here tonight. I would prefer to stay home and watch the football game. My body loves football game. But my soul wanted to come here and share. Swear to God, I wanted to stay home and watch the World Cup. That little Nader in me wanted to stay home and watch football. My ego loved football. Enjoy it. Sit at home, drink a beer, watch Messi score goals. But then I had a responsibility. I had to go against my comfort zone. And that's why you came here. So you're walking with path of Creator when you go against your comfort zone. And how much light you receive by coming here versus staying home watching Messi scoring goal? A lot of difference, right? That's your free will. That's your free will. There's a saying in Prikat Avot, it says, everything is foreseen, yet freedom of choice is given. Freedom of choice is given. And your choice makes you to be on the side of the light force or not. practicing compassion, practicing patience, practicing of letting go, practicing of letting go. It's a choice. It's a choice. There is a verse. Sure.
Letting go.
Yes.
You have that, so if you have that argument with someone, that's your anger, right? Maybe that person is not good for you, so you let go.
No, say that again. I didn't get it from the beginning.
So,
Louder.
like at the beginning, you said you have a bad argument with someone and you're angry, right?
Yes.
And so it shows that you have anger within you.
Yes.
And right now, you're saying that you need to let go. So maybe I should let that person go. If that makes me go.
No.
You
Not let him go.
No, let the person
Let go.
make
Let go
of the anger that I
of the anger within me. Let go of the garbages that I hold on to. Let go of the hate that I'm accumulated for years towards whoever. Let go of the old food of yesterday. You know, this is a good example I love. When you when you hold on to a grudge, to pain, whatever that is, for all the good reason. Someone hurts you and you're holding on to that pain. Someone said something and you hated it and you're holding on to it and you can't let it go. It's like a food that you prepared yesterday and you didn't put it in the refrigerator, you put it out. And that food is rotten. You go touch it today, it's going to make you really sick. If you leave it for 2 days, after 2 days the food is more rotten. If you leave it for a month or two, you eat it, it's totally going to make you sick. That's what not letting go is. Letting go of the food of yesterday.
The whole area.
Everything. Letting go of everything. Letting go of the good that you did and letting go of the bad thing that you did. What do I mean by letting go of the good thing that you did? If you did a good deed yesterday and you're so proud of it and you're still bragging about it, your ego is still enjoying it. Wow. Yesterday I gave $1 million donation. Wow. I love it. And if you enjoy it and you did it yesterday and you're still enjoying it today, you're holding on to the yesterday's food. Versus, I gave $1 million yesterday, that means I'm capable of giving $1 million today too. I want to find a way to give another $1 million because yesterday I felt great, it was great, I created a lot of light. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. Let go of the good things that you did, and especially let go of the bad thing that you thought you did. That's your free will. Free will is letting go. Guys, letting go is so powerful, it needs a class by itself, but it's part of the free will. So, your question.
So how do you resolve conflict if you're constantly letting go?
I love it. I love it. I'm going to drink another water and I'm ashamed. How do you resolve a conflict? Let's make it a question. How do you resolve a conflict? Yes?
First pausing.
I'm sorry?
First by pausing.
Pausing. Very good. When you pause, what happens?
You don't react.
I'm sorry?
You don't react.
You don't react.
Control your emotions.
What happens when you don't react?
Clear. More clear, like what's going on.
What becomes clear?
evaluate
Accept it.
why this happened.
Beautiful. Because the moment you don't react and you pause, you snap back, you evaluate why this happened for me. Okay, and then,
You
yes.
don't get angry.
I'm sorry?
You don't get angry.
You don't get angry anymore. Beautiful. Because until a minute ago, when you were reacting and you wanted to confront someone, you were angry. And the moment you pause and you wait and you say, well, there's a reason that this happened in my life. And and it says in the Zohar that as long as you're angry, don't confront. You have to confront when there is no anger. That means this pause is not just a second or two. Sometimes this pause could be a good few days or a good few months. I hope not. But the moment that you realize and you pause and you say, well, why did this happen to me? This happened for me. What is the purpose of my confrontation? What is the purpose of your confrontation?
Solving the problem.
For who?
If you have a fight with someone or
Yes.
someone made you angry,
Yes.
then when you pause, and you want to fix it, then
Fix
you
what?
have to fix something between you two. If you get angry and you say bad things
Yes.
to him, then the fight is going to get worse. But
Yes.
if you want to confront him,
Yes.
when you pause and you think about it and you're not angry,
Yes.
then you can go and ask him, look, you said this and I got angry, but just want to know why you said that.
Bravo. Bravo. So the moment you want to confront someone because there was an issue, there's a hurt, there's a problem, there's an issue. The moment I pause and I don't react, and I ask myself, why is this happening for me? And when I realize that actually the Creator created this for me to change something within me. There was a cavity. I want to find out what that cavity was. Is it my anger? Was it my ego? Who got hurt? My ego got hurt, or my soul got hurt. And the moment you resolve it for yourself, when you go to confront, you confront from the point of view of love and care, not from the point of view of anger, resentment, or retaliation. The moment we confront out of anger, out of hurt, out of retaliation, we lost the game. Another opportunity will show itself. Yes?
Well, how many times you can do it with the same person? How many times?
As long
Sometimes
as
you
that
do it
person-
several times, but he or she doesn't get it.
As long
How many
As
times?
long that you're 100% comfortable with yourself, that you're no longer having any cavity towards that person.
But someone made it the cavity harder and harder all the time. Then
It's
you
the-
confront her and
So-
you explain it that what is wrong.
Yes.
But she does it again and again. And sometimes
That means
if
there's-
I'm so quiet and I don't say anything,
Yes.
I don't want her to think that I'm stupid.
Right.
And, oh, she doesn't say anything that's good to do everything to her. I don't want to be called stupid.
Right. So let me share some scenario with you.
Okay?
There's a person in my life that is so annoying. So annoying. And he's in my life. It's in my family. I see it every day.
That's
Right?
worse.
I learn in Kabbalah not to react. So next time I see him, I don't react. But I want him to love me. Is that an example?
Yeah.
Some cases. I hear from some couples that, I give so much love to my husband, or I give so much love to my wife, and no matter how much love I give, he's still the same, she hasn't changed. Right? Has it happened? Have you heard this? It happens. What does it tell you? Where is the cavity? What is the cavity here?
Expectations.
Expectation.
But we cannot change them. We have to change ourselves.
Absolutely.
We can't change them.
Absolutely.
So confrontation always.
So when you go clean up your cavity, if the dentist doesn't remove all the cavities and there is still some residue of the cavity left, it still hurts. It still bothers me. In Kabbalah we learn it's all here. It's all here. So when I go to confront someone, if I go from the side of the body, which is anger, fear, disappointment, hurt, nothing's going to come out of it good. You probably end up being more hurt, more disappointed. But if you go from the point of not judging, loving, and understanding that this was all good for me. God created this so I can learn more about myself. And I got it. I learned it. So most of the time you don't even need to confront. Most of the time you don't need to confront. It's done. They say in Kabbalah, the moment you diagnose the pain, 98% of it is gone. The moment you diagnose it, the moment I realize the fact that I'm hurt today is because I'm not a good listener. Just for the sake of example. But if I still say, but he's still a son of a gun, I lost that 2% again. The cavity is not quite removed. When I appreciate everything that happens in my life is for me, everybody's in my life is for me. He's done a beautiful job creating all these people, all this scenario for me, and it's all for me. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for showing me where my vulnerabilities are. What am I holding on to all the grudges? Why am I holding to negativity? I'm still having anger issue. I'm still having impatient issue. I still don't have compassion. I still have all this garbage in my consciousness. And the moment you remove the moment you realize that it's not them. There are only angels in your life showing you, they're all dentists showing you where your cavities are. Whoever is touching you and you feel pain, as long as you blame them, as long as you name them, as long as you think they're the problem, you didn't get it. You didn't understand God's plan. You haven't understand your mission in life. My mission in life, based on my last life tikkuns, is everything that I'm experiencing. And everything that happens to me in this life is exactly according to what I need to overcome, to change, to transform in this lifetime. The way my parents are, the way my mom is, the way my dad is, the way my family is, the way my closest friends are to me, everybody who's in front of me, everybody's an angel showing me what I need to change in me. Everybody's here to show me where my cavities are. Do you thank your dentist or you hate your dentist? I'm scared of my dentist, but I love him. We're scared of opportunities. But you have to love it. And the moment you welcome it, then your free will is putting you in the right frame of consciousness. Then you realize, oh, there is so much light I can reveal. Oh, there is so much love I can reveal. Yes?
What about an abusive, physically abusive relationship where, there's physical abuse from the spouse?
Well, that's a class by itself, abusing relationship. It's a class by itself. Has a lot to do with tikkun, previous life, what needs to let go, what we don't need to let go, why certain things happen. It's a little bit beyond the quick explanation. Maybe we have a class about why we go through suffering of abused relationship. But it's 9 o'clock and I want to do a meditation. How about that?
How about one question?
Yes.
If everything is designed for us to live, then why we learn in our classes that the figure always goes back to you because you choose the life that you are in.
So when we are in this life, you're supposed to remove all the cavities that we brought from the previous life. Let's call it tikkun or correction.